Hey guys, welcome in. We're going to see what your passed on loved ones want to tell you. Hello. How are y'all? What messages do the passed on loved ones have for you? Okay. We have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, that's the wounded warrior. That's the people that God, divine source, puts on the front lines because they know that they can do it. They know that they can handle it. These wands back here represent the battles that you've already won. And they're telling you not to worry about the battles that you haven't won. You're wounded and you need some recovery time. But as soon as you recover, you need to get back out there and go on that journey again. Take that wand and go on a new passionate journey. Get your fire and your passion and your creativity back. You know, this wasn't done to you. It was done for you. It's to show you that you're worth more than what you thought you were. Then you have the Hermit. So there may be something that you need to study. You need to go within and study yourself, study the situation, study what you've been through, and only pick up the knowledge and the tools that you've learned about yourself. Don't take any of the anger, the pain, or the sadness with you. You know what I mean? Go within. You have a light. There's a star in that lantern. I know it's kind of hard to see with these cards, but there's a star in that lantern that represents that you are the star. You know, when you come out of hermit mode, you're going to come out with a different thought and you know, some new ideas, but you're going within right now. And it seems dark and dreary, but you're going to get an epiphany moment and you're going to come out of this. What else? Hi, guys. How are you doing? What else? What do your passed on loved ones want to tell you? Okay. We have the Emperor. So the Emperor is all four kings in one. And he's done a lot of work on his emotions, on his logic, his thinking, and on his stability, his success, this foundation. And he's also getting into his passion and his creativity again. And he knows what he wants. He's determined. He goes after what it is he wants. He doesn't get to be an emperor just overnight. Like, he's really got to work on things in order to become the emperor. And he's not looking for a one-night stand. He's not looking for something that's temporary. He's looking for his queen. He's looking for his other half, his empress, the one who gives birth to anything she touches, and anything she touches grows. And she has ideas, you know, good ideas about things. And she plants things and she grows them. It's very nurturing and caring and loving. What else does your passed on loved ones want to tell you? They're telling you to get into the Emperor mode because you deserve everything that it is that you want. Your mindset may have been in the past that you didn't, and you know, you've gone through a lot of things and you've learned a lot about your worth. So we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is fiery, determined, passionate. He goes after what it is he wants. He's got to be careful because sometimes he can get a little arrogant and cocky. And I'm not being mean. I mean, I've been there. I've seen it, done it myself. This is male or female. We can fall into that trap sometimes, you know, especially when we're going after something that, you know, is rejecting us. But they're telling you to get back into your fire and your passion, whatever it is that makes you fiery and passionate. It has the potential to grow. It has the potential to become, you know, something very, you know, successful. He knows who he is. You know what I mean? He doesn't doubt who he is, and he doesn't second guess what he wants. Hello, how are you? What else do your passed on loved ones want to tell you? Oh, wow. They're really talking. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles, she knows her worth. Anything she touches grows. She's almost that Empress, but she's not quite there yet. She's got a few more things that she's got to work on. So you may have a few more things that you need to work on, but you are working your way up to Empress mode. And you have an offer here. You have a coin. You're looking at your worth, and you're wondering who you want to offer it to, or if you should offer it to the person that you're wanting to, or the job, or the career, or whatever it is that your heart's desire. That is your heart's desire right there that you're looking at. And everything that you touch, it does grow. You've got a lot of growth in here, a lot of blooms, a lot of flowers. You have the rabbit. The rabbit is also good luck, so that brings you good luck. But the rabbit is fast and rapid, so it could be something rapidly coming in too. You're rapidly looking, looking at your worth and your decisions. They're also saying don't make a fast decision, because fast decisions, that's red flags. And don't take anything that comes in that wants you to make a rash, fast decision, because you've got to take your time to sit back and discern whether or not they're worthy of you, or it's worthy of you. Okay, then you have the Two of Cups. So there's a new contract coming in, a new soulmate contract. This could be job, it could be career, it could be somebody. Whatever it is that you're looking for, you are getting ready to sign a new contract. So be very careful of what you sign. Be very discerning, because what you own owns you. So what you choose, that's what you're stuck with for a while. And I'm not saying stuck in a bad way. Sometimes it's stuck in a good way. You know what I mean? But just be very careful. These are on level playing fields too. So, and you also have a lion up here. It's got wings, like angel wings. So they're telling you have the strength. You've been through a lot, and you have the strength to go through this, to sign another contract. Even if you think that you don't, you do. And then you've got the Ace of Wands. So yeah, Spirit's bringing you a new fiery, passionate beginning. So get back into your creativity, get back into your fire. Whatever happened in the past, it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. It was shaping you and showing you what your worth really is. So, and as human beings, we get stuck. We get stuck in things, and we don't want to let go. And we get scared. And what if I lose this? What if it doesn't work out? But Spirit is telling you that you need to get in your passion. He's got something better for you. That was just a trial period. They call it a karmic. And karmics can come in and you can work through it. But, both people have to be willing to do that. Or both situations. But the job, has got to be willing to work with you. The person's got to be willing to work with you. Be willing to do their own healing as well as you do your own. And then also work on that partnership, relationship, job, whatever it is. And whatever you had in the past, it wasn't working with you. So you lost that fire. You lost that passion. Spirit is telling you to get back in it. They do have something new for you coming in. But it's going to require you to take a leap of faith. It has the potential to grow. And see, it's divine hand to you. You see the hand? Handing it right to you. What else? Yeah, I know. I've said that too, that I'm good, because Lord, man, I'm tired of getting up off my knees and standing up and starting again and doing new beginnings. But, I'm also grateful for the lessons that I've learned in the past, because they've shaped me. They've made me who I am. They've brought out the character in me. You know what I mean? So you have the Eight of Cups. So yes, you're walking away from something, or Spirit is telling you to walk away from something. The past meant something to you because these cups are stacked neatly. And at one time, it did mean something to you. And it was meant to cross your path. There's no such thing as a mistake. It was part of your destiny. It was part of your life mission, because you learned a lot from it, and it changed you, and it shaped you, and you're getting rid of the old. You're not your old self anymore. You're somebody brand new. So these cups don't satisfy you anymore. This past doesn't satisfy you anymore. And if you want to go back, then, you're going back because there's something you haven't learned about yourself yet. and that there's no right or wrong. Going back doesn't mean you failed. Going forward doesn't mean you succeeded. It's what you do with the potential that you have to work with. So these cups did mean something to you, and you can't lie to yourself and tell yourself that it didn't. At one time this was good, but it's changed now. And divine is lining up with what you really truly desire. So you had to go through this so you could learn what you like, what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? But now it's served its purpose, and you're walking away from it, and you're going to find your ninth cup. And in your ninth cup, you know who you are. You know that nothing outside of you completes you. Not a job, not a person, not a home, not a friend, nothing. You're already complete and whole already. You're looking for what, builds you up, what not completes you, but what is that word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness, it's escaping me right now. Anyway, it builds you up. You know what I mean? It doesn't tear you down. And whatever you're walking away from got to a point where it was tearing you down. So this new thing is going to inspire you. It's going to get you back into your fire. It's going to get you back into feeling like, you have life to live again. I'm not doing that right now. I apologize. I'm working on something, guys, where you guys can get a hold of me and we can do some readings. I do it with the old people where I used to work, and but they know me personally. So, but we can do something where we can do questions with Cash App, but like I have a self-discovery for $70 and love discovery for 80 and a Celtic cross for 100. I may add something else like that to it, but I'm not doing that right now. Okay. Hi Dixon Mayaz. I was told to give you a shout out. Thank you for being a fan. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming to my reading. I'd also appreciate if you guys would like, subscribe, comment, help me get the algorithm up so I can get these messages out to other people who need them. But anyway, we're walking away from what no longer serves us. We're walking toward our ninth cup. And when we find our ninth cup, we're already complete and whole. You know what I mean? We don't need anything to complete us because we know we came here already whole. Life has kind of beat us down to the point that, sometimes we didn't think we were. Sometimes we felt like we needed something outside of us, but we don't need that. Oh, compliment. Thank you. We need something or someone that complements who we already are. Spirit's working with me. He's just, a little bit slow coming in. I guess he wanted me to say some other things. But anyway, you need something or someone that complements you, whether that be a job, that be a person, that'd be a friend. They're going to raise you up. They're not going to bring you down. And they're going to want to see you get out there and shine because that's where you belong. You belong out in the lights. You know what I mean? You need to be seen. You should be seen. There's no reason why you should feel like you shouldn't be seen. You don't need to hide in the shadows. We need you. You're important to this world. No matter what it is you do, even if you're a janitor. You know what I'm saying? If there wasn't somebody to clean up, it would be nasty and disgusting. And, there would be sickness and virus. Well, there is viruses out there in the world, but I'm talking about, bacteria and stuff. And we need that. We need the trash people to come and get our trash, or the trash is going to build up. And everybody is important. Everybody has a role to play. And, it doesn't matter what their job is. So anyway, you're going for your ninth cup. And when you go for your ninth cup, you no longer feel like you need a 10th cup. Like you said, what is it, Carl 54? You said, I'm good. You're good because this is where you're coming from. You're coming from a place that you know your worth. You know who you are. You're not going to accept less than you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing else completes you. You're already complete and whole. We have the Four of Cups. So Divine is trying to bring you something in, Carl. So open that heart up a little bit. You know what I mean? It's an illusion that you can protect yourself anyway. I mean, I've done it. I've put barbed wire up and bricks up and doors up and several doors with several keys and locked that heart up in a box. But why would you do that to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that to yourself? Because of someone else's actions? Those actions don't say who you are. Those actions are actually saying who they are. You know what I'm saying? They're just projecting onto you. So why would you make yourself suffer? They don't care. They don't care if you make yourself suffer. So why would you do that? You're letting them win. Don't do that. Open your heart back up. Get back out there. Divine is wanting to bring you something good. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be love or career or whatever. They're wanting you to get back in your passions. They're wanting you to bring in something good. But you have 3 cups here, you know, that also meant something to you at one time, but you're bored with them. You know what I mean? They don't inspire you anymore. They don't, you know, bring out your fire and your passion. You loved it at one time, but it's no longer for you. You want something different. You're too busy reminiscing and thinking about the past or whatever it is you're thinking about, and you're missing this cup that Divine is trying to bring into you. And that's what your past and loved ones is telling you. Open back up. We have something good for you. And, you know, everything can have potential, but it's what you do with it. So say, you know, they bring in a lover. There is potential there for it to grow, but you have to be discerning. Is this person going to work with you? Are they going to work on themselves while you work on yourself? Are they going to work on the relationship itself, or are they just there for a good time? And guys, come on, you've been through it. You know all the red flags. You've been there. You've done that. You know, you got what? The t-shirt, the trophy, the freaking ribbon. So it's not like you don't know how to discern. It's not like you don't know how to discern, you know, what's good for you and what's not. And when you get that feeling that something is off, something is off. Don't second guess yourself. Don't let their words and their charm and all of that get to you, because you already know. Your soul already knows it, already feels it. And I mean, the thing that could be off couldn't be, it might not be that they're cheating, you know, say in a cheating situation, or you feel like someone's cheating. It might not be cheating. They might just be withholding an emotion. But your soul and your spirit is going to feel it as if something's wrong. They're doing something wrong or something ain't right. So you really need to talk about it. You know what I mean? Don't point fingers and claim and all that. You really need to talk about it. What else are your past on loved ones trying to tell you? Oh my goodness, they're really trying to talk here. Okay, we have the star. So the star card, you've made a wish. There's some kind of wish that you've made. The stars are aligning for you. You have to let God, divine source, get the obstacles out of the way. You've got to be patient with your, and well, not supposed to show that, but anyway, I apologize. She's naked. She's vulnerable. She's open. She's got her heart open. He or she, they have their heart open. They're ready for something new. They're ready for a change. They've gained a lot of knowledge and are pouring that knowledge onto the land and into the water, and paying it forward. Pour your knowledge into other people. Tell your stories. I've been saying this for years. People need to tell their stories, because you do not know how your story is going to connect with somebody else. You know what I mean? So, but she's been through a lot, but she's gained a lot of knowledge and she's gained a lot of wisdom. Okay, you have the Knight of Pentacles, so slow and steady. This is my knight where, you know, he forgot his crown. He's on his way to you, or it's on its way to you. But, you know, it kind of stopped off at the bar to have a beer, stopped off the lake to go fishing, maybe have a swim, you know, got almost to you and realized they forgot their crown. So they had to go all the way back. So you got to be very patient with this one. But they're also telling you slow and steady. Don't make any fast, rapid decisions. Go slow. You know what I'm saying? Anything worth having is going to take its time. And it's not going to leave while you're trying to take your time. But don't hold back out of fear. You know what I'm saying? Just be discerning and go slow. And and allow the situation, the person, to show you who they are, because they will show you who they are. But it has the potential to grow. You need to plant this seed. You're just holding it. You know what I'm saying? You need to plant it. You need to plant it in the ground. It has the potential to grow, and then you need to love, and you need to nourish, and you need to water, and you need to feed it, and you need to take care of it. This could be a career. You get out there, you plant that seed, you do it, but you got to water it, you got to nurture it, you got to love it, you got to bring it to fruition. You have the 9 of Cups. So there's your 9 of Cups you were going to get. Knowing who you are, knowing you're complete and whole already. You're not worried about a 10th cup because you like spending time with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can spend time with yourself without needing someone else to be there. You love, spending time with yourself, doing things by yourself. You've gotten used to it. And I'm not going to say that means you don't want something else. I'm sure that you do. Your heart's desire is for something else, but you no longer need it. You can sit in the quiet and be okay. The Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel's been stuck. It's not been moving. Things haven't been moving. Things haven't been growing. It's been stagnant. Everything's been kind of held back. Tomorrow is another eclipse, so we are eclipsing things out of our life. We're reevaluating. We're thinking about the past, but we're eclipsing the things that no longer serve us, and we're eclipsing in things that do serve us. So, and the eclipse, it can affect you for 6 months. So there are going to be changes. There's going to be a lot of changes, and then you've got Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is the planet of death and destruction and rebirth. It destroys what's old that no longer works and brings in new things that work, and help out. And it's in Aquarius for the next 19 years. So there's going to be a lot of changes. You're going to be changing. You're not even going to know yourself, by the end of next year, you're not even going to be the same person. You may not even be the same person by the end of this year. And if you're anything like me, this year has been hard. It's been hard. It's been a lot of growing, a lot of evolving, a lot of changes, a lot of things not working out the way that we planned them. But see, it's not our plan. It's God's plan. We gotta follow His plan. We can plan to the T in details, and God Divine is going to come in and say, nope, not this way. We're going to give you what it is you want, but it's not going to be in the way that you want it. But this is saying that the wheel is no longer going to be stuck. It's going to start moving. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So your fortunes are coming in. Your blessings are coming in. You've just got to be patient. And I know, I hate that word too. What is underneath of all of this? The Page of Cups, new emotional offer. A new emotional offer wants to come in. Or you're wanting to give a new emotional offer to someone else. Hello, Sinful. How are you? But you got to be careful what's in this cup, because there's a fish in that cup. That could be a Pisces. Could have a Pisces around you. Could have something to do with the Pisces. But also, is what's in that cup an illusion? Is that fish really in that cup? You know what I'm saying? Or, is that cup empty? You need to be very discerning and don't just take whatever comes in, because you deserve to have what it is that you want. How are y'all tonight? I hope y'all are doing good. We're going to go to your arc animal, see what your arc animal is. Y'all really been going through it. Hopefully, everything's going to get better after these eclipses. And remember, whatever wants to leave, let it leave. Let it leave. Don't resist it. Because when you put resistance on it, then, you're holding Source Divine in place, and they can't give you what it is you want. And I know it's scary. Hello. Okay, let's see the animal oracle. If you guys don't want to stay for this, you don't have to. I'm going to read out of the book after I get this. And sometimes I know that, that can be boring. I know me myself, I'm over this rough patch. Like, I'm just over it. Like, I'm just ready for something new. I'm just ready for things to change. Okay, what arc animal are we dealing with for this reading? What are your past on loved ones going to tell you? Send us the arc animal we're dealing with. The zebra. Oh, my daughter would love that. Zebra, spiritual symmetry, distinctiveness, and self-acceptance. So yes, guys, we got to accept ourselves. There's nothing wrong with this. There never has been anything wrong with this. We've let other people make us think that there has been. We've let other people make us think that we're not good enough, and that's not true. And you can't really blame them either, because that's what they were taught. People around them taught them that, and they're feeling insecure themselves. So just wish them the best. Don't, even if they took you down, just wish them the best, because you don't need that karma. And you don't get karma for what you've done to somebody. You get karma for what you think and how you behave yourself. Okay. I've kind of figured most of this book out. When it's not on the page they say it is, go to the next one. Anyway, we have zebra. Zebras are majestic creatures, appearing much like horses with painted stripes. However, zebras originate from a smaller part of the world in which they're known, namely Africa. This is where we unearth zebra symbolism and meaning. Initially, obvious associations for zebra come from its two colors of black and white. These pigments represent the dichotomy of light and dark, good and evil, truth and falsehood. The hues also embrace balance, making an interesting polarity in zebra analogies. A zebra's markings are wholly unique. Just like a fingerprint, no two patterns are alike. In fact, this is how zebras tell each other apart. They can recognize those patterns. There is no question our friend is highly distinctive in this regard, making zebra quite the staunch individualist who will wear its stripes as it sees fit. And so, zebras move in groups, understanding that so doing improves their chances of survival by way of blending in and creating an illusion. Perhaps this also makes life a little more pleasurable. One zebra is always awake while another sleeps, standing watch. This is a good example of zebra symmetry. The ability to be ourselves, yet still an important part of a greater whole. See, you're very important. What you have to do here is very important. Nature gifted the zebra with panoramic and exceptional night vision. Zebra medicine reflects that, supporting seers, visionaries, and clairvoyants. The mark of zebra spirit in one's life includes cultivated spiritual awareness that accurately responds to opportunities and danger alike. Zebras move swiftly like a horse, and there are many physical similarities. Where the two diverge dramatically is during domestication efforts. Zebra wants to remain wild and free and illustrates intense efforts against any taming. There is something of this independence in every human soul that craves unrestrained movement and finding their spiritual path and expression. As a spirit animal, when zebra appears as your spirit animal, it's time to be proud that you're one of a kind. Yes, you're unique, and it's nothing wrong with you being unique. Don't follow the crowd. Be who you are. and be unapologetically who you are. You know, don't let anybody tell you who you should be or where you should go or how you should dress. You know, you're you. And God put you here to be you, not be who everybody else wants you to be. Totem animal. Zebra as a totem animal belongs to those who strive for spiritual balance daily. So yeah, tap into spirit, you know, try to spend at least 15 minutes meditating in silence, you know, with just yourself. Listen to yourself and listen to spirit and pay attention to what comes up. You know, when you're spending that time alone, pay attention to what comes up, because that tells you what you're working on and what you need to be working on. It also helps you get grounded with your emotions and stuff too. Power animal. Invoke zebra as your power animal when you want to be welcomed into the herd, yet retain your uniqueness. So yes, you know, human beings, we need people. You know what I'm saying? Like, not need as in need. We want them, but we need people around us, you know, because you need to feel like you're a part of something. But at the same time, you need to keep your uniqueness, keep your individuality. And if anyone in that crowd threatens that, then they're not your person and they never were. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. I love you all. I wish you the best on your journey. And I wish you, you know, fast recoveries and healing from everything that's hit you. I know it's been tough, but we can get through this. All of us can get through this. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Mwah. Be easy on yourselves.